Spotify Premium now for D&D. And I'm like, well, I got to get some use out of this fucking thing, rather than once a week for a couple hours to get no ads on shit. But
using my playlist. I got some good playlists for you if you want.
I stole them all already.
Oh shit! Fucking A. I got a couple secret ones that aren't on the website that I can send you if you want to. Yeah,
give me those ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I over the course of 2 days listened to every Goldfinger album for some reason.
That's pretty good.
They got a lot of real bad ones in the middle there. Their first two were really good, and they had one that came out in like 2018 that's actually really good. But all the ones in the middle, man.
Like a shit sandwich.
You should say that thing about those playlists again on the podcast, because that would be a perfect throw to me talking about the D&D show at the very beginning. Know what I'm saying?
All right, hold on.
Know what I'm saying? You got to write yourself some notes.
Dude,
this always goes so well when we try to like work a little intro.
Influencer.
Don't call me that, dude.
Sellout thing.
Don't call me that.
I'm calling myself that.
You see that guy shoot his gun accidentally on fucking Twitch this week?
What?
I hesitate to talk about it because I fucking hate the culture around all that shit, but
don't give him more views.
Well, it's too late. He's already. How can I compete with people who are shooting off fucking handguns in front of their camera? I don't know his name. Streamer, very popular, Call of Duty streamer. Claimed after the fact that he was clearly intoxicated, and he does seem a little drunk, but he is like just kind of chirping someone in chat where he's like, "Don't tell me I don't got money," like just clearly joking. Pulls out a fucking Glock and starts like kind of pulling. I don't know what the top pull the top part back. You know what I mean? I don't know, guns.
The loader thingy.
The loader thingy. Yeah. Does that a few times. I guess like thinking that must eject the clip or whatever. I don't know. And is like waving it around. Boom! Shoots like into. He has a metal cup beside him. Shoots through a packet of like G Fuel or something that sprays everywhere into the cup. It ricochets back across the room, across his face, and destroys a monitor on that side of the room. It's fucking insane, dude. Fucking insane. Like,
that guy's probably going to be in a lot of trouble.
He's banned from Twitch. Yeah. He got kicked off his esports team. Like, deservedly so, man.
Probably going to get into a bunch of trouble with the law.
Yeah, he deserves it. Yeah, it's and the reason I did like never ever want to bring it up is because there's so many people who are like, well, it's his right. He was in his home. He didn't break any laws. Nobody got hurt.
He did break laws.
I don't.
Unlawfully
what do I know?
Discharged a firearm. That is breaking the law.
You can't discharge a firearm in your own home in America?
Not. No.
I think there's like...
No, you can only do it in specific spots. Gun ranges, schools, out in the wilderness when you're hunting.
When someone comes into your house.
I guess technically acreages and stuff like that, farmland, you're allowed to. But in the middle of your house, in an apartment or a house in the middle of a suburb like this... No.
Good. He deserves it. He deserves everything that comes to him. If that cup wasn't there, he shoots through that wall, that could be somebody dead.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly why it's illegal.
If that ricochet doesn't break the monitor and instead goes into his face, that could be him dead. You know? It's fucked up. It's super fucked up. Mm-hmm. And the most fucked up thing about it is, boy, did he make a lot of money from doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, is he still making a lot of money from doing that.
Oh, people got his back now.
It's hard to compete.
Half the country's got his back now.
It's hard to compete. Like, what do I to light myself on fire on stream or something? Like,
no, you need something more politically.
You're right. You're right. Something.
No
something
one
that
thinks
people
lighting yourself on fire is a good idea.
Yeah, some people can get behind, but also can hate.
Yeah.
Ooh, what if you made? Like, we're not live, right?
We are live.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was going to say something.
What if you made
offensive.
like a cooking show?
What if I just did shrooms on stream? I don't think that'd be I don't think that'd be very entertaining.
I'd tune in.
That'd be me, like, I'd be playing, and you'd see my eyes go.
And then all of a sudden the screen would, like, your character would stop moving, and
I would just, like, slowly back up, like, maybe move my hand out, and like, okay, keep going. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd watch.
Very low-key. Hi, welcome to the show. Let me do one more. I didn't like that one. Hi, welcome to the show. My name's Matt Eads. It's episode 309 of the Talking Reckless podcast. That's a weird way to say that. Welcome, Kevin Byer, to episode 309 of the Talking Reckless podcast.
How are you doing, Matt?
I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm doing pretty good,
That's
actually,
good.
I'd say. Better than average, maybe. Brandon Lynch, how are you?
Good. I'm probably about average.
About average?
Yeah.
Dude average.
Dude average.
That's what we aspire to be, dude
Says
average.
so on my shirt.
Yeah. We should make those shirts. I might make that shirt.
Sure.
Just black shirt, white text.
Yeah, dude average.
Be dude average
Yeah.
or just dude average?
And they'll ask you what size you want, and you're like, I don't know, what's like the most average size.
Yeah, can I medium, I guess?
How about hashtag dude average?
Hashtag dude? I feel like it needs the B though. Because like we're aspiring, we're not dude. If we were all dude average, the world would be a really cool place. But we need to aspire to be dude average.
How about be less than huge?
Yeah, that's pretty. Like maybe like on the back.
And then hashtag fuck Cliffy B.
Yeah, just a picture of him on fire.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. My goodness, we have so many podcasts are hitting this feed this week. Westworld FM season 2 is out. Go listen to it. That last season is. I see why people don't like it. As we got back to the last 3, I really enjoyed it, but I see it's crazy. You should go.
Sorry, this
watch
is season 3.
Season 3 is going to start right away.
Oh, okay. Season 2
live. Season 2, yeah.
Right.
I see why a lot of people didn't like season 2. It's very strange.
I kept running into I've watched season 1 twice, and both times I've got a few episodes into season 2, and it's not like one thing happened where I was like, all right, I'm out. It was just like it just didn't keep me going episode to episode the way season 1 did.
Yeah, it's very weird. Season 3 apparently going to be weird as well. We'll be recording day of, so go get caught up on your Westworlds, because as of I guess it'll be a week from when this podcast airs, Westworld FM will be live tonight.
Aaron Paul's in that new season.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
I don't know to the extent he's featured, but he was in trailers.
That's a weekly show, right? It's not a all at once.
That's an HBO Sunday nights. I think it's Sunday nights.
So are we talking about the podcast?
No,
or the
Westworld.
Okay.
The show Westworld, I think, airs on Sunday nights.
Yes. But the season 2 Westworld podcast was all released at once.
That's correct.
Gotcha.
And season 3 will be released episode by episode.
Right. That's
Okay.
what I'm trying to make sure we're all on the same page.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. I could sense confusion in the air.
Yes.
I just wasn't sure what it was about.
HBO seems like they do a lot of their stuff week to week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Yeah, I didn't.
I should say Crave. I'm watching a lot of stuff on Crave, which obviously gets a lot of their stuff from HBO.
It's the Canadian. That's where we get HBO shows. We don't have HBO Go here in Canada. We have Crave.
It's a bad app. With good content.
Really bad app. Yeah.
I never really had any problems with it when I was using it.
I forgot what I was trying to
Seemed
search. Oh, Mandalorian. I couldn't find Mandalorian. I had to go like 10 pages deep to find Mandalorian the first day it aired.
On Crave.
See. Or,
Disney Plus.
It was definitely on Crave. It wasn't Mandalorian then. It was definitely on Crave. I even like made a tweet
Watchmen.
about it. Yes. Thank you. Watchmen. Yeah, I had to go like 5 pages deep to find it. But
And
only
there
the first night it aired.
And there was a whole thing where the way I punched it in on the app, and then it came down with a little scroll down with just the Watchmen words, because one's the movie and one's the show, and no way to know which one's which unless you click on it and open it up, and then you're like, okay, I got to remember it's the top one on the list. It's stupid. Watchmen's good though.
I do have the live chat open. I'm not supposed to, but someone in chat says Cliffy B hate and an N7 hoodie. Something's never changed.
That's good.
True enough.
That's good. That's good. I watched. I'm through 8 of the 9 of the 10. I'm 1 episode short of being done the first season, maybe only season of The Outsider.
Oh, I haven't. That's the Stephen King thing. I watched the first episode, but haven't got too far into that. Is this scary? Or is it just unsettling?
It's not scary. It's not like a horror show.
Okay.
It's more like I would compare it most to like a detective, like a murder mystery, in which case they come in contact with the murderer every now and then, or what they believe to be the murderer, where it gets pretty tense. But it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
There's no
not
jump scares.
Okay. I totally thought it was.
No.
I'm like, oh, Stephen King. This looks pretty scary. I'll save it for when I'm ready.
It is very much a murder mystery more than everything. Like, it is focused on the police and the investigation and everything like that. Yeah.
Kev, what are you watching?
Middlestead?
Oh, sorry.
What am I watching?
I started 2 conversations at the same time. I'm so sorry.
The guy who played the main Skrull in
Marvel things.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, he's in Spider-Man.
Yes.
In the spoilers, he's in the end of Spider-Man. Yeah, okay. I don't know his name, but I know the actor.
Ben Middleston, I think. Middlewordston. Shire. Flurd.
He's going around the TV checking.
Yeah.
TV checking.
Yeah.
I finished the 7th season of Homeland recently. That show's really good.
I watched the first. That's about a CIA analyst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Claire Danes.
And she's bipolar or something? Her
Yes.
character is bipolar,
Yeah,
I think? Yeah, okay. Yep.
Apparently there was an 8th season. I thought the way they ended season 7 was really good. And then I don't know if they took like a year off and then came back with season 8, but I guess season 8 is on TV right now. So that'll be like 4 more years before it gets to Netflix. So
Give or take.
by then I'll forget about it. I started watching Designated Survivor with Kiefer Sutherland.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
I'm 3 episodes in. I don't know if it's good yet. I don't know if I like it yet.
Isn't it like 24? Isn't it like more 24? It's like they
it's
wanted to make
basically- 24
but couldn't call it 24?
It's basically like if they made 24 and instead of being the FBI guy, he was the president.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Does
I'd
it take
watch
place
that.
over 24 hours? Because that'd be fucked.
No. It kind of seems like so far every episode has been 1 day, though. But
24 days.
yeah. But yeah, that one's weird. I don't know if I like it yet, but
Yeah.
I'll give it a couple more episodes before I decide.
Anybody watching Castlevania Season 3?
No, I almost turned it on, but instead I watched the 3rd episode of Hunters, which is that Al Pacino Amazon Prime one where they hunt down all the Nazis
Oh, shit.
in modern New York
Oh, shit. I didn't
that
even...
are trying to start the Fourth Reich.
I've never even...
Oh, the 4th.
I should maybe look into that. I've never even heard about
Maybe
this.
you should look into that one. I'm also not positive if I like it now, but if you if you're into like Wolfenstein and like
Yeah.
Inglourious Bastards, where it's like just real stylized revenge on the Nazis stuff, it's fucking you might like this. Might like this movie.
Fuck Nazis.
It's got the main guy from How I Met Your Mother, Josh Radford or something.
I know of him.
Right. And as someone who watched every season but the last season of that show and was pretty into it, he takes me out of it every time I see him. I'm like, oh, it's that guy who's a loser around the ladies. Now he's a
Forever.
Jewish actor.
Forever typecast in that role.
Yeah.
Castlevania Season 3. It's good. Seems good. It's fun.
Yeah. I fell off in season 2. I didn't never finish season 2. Season 1 was really, really good.
Yeah, Season 2, I was a little iffy in the end of Season 2 is so fucking strong. I
it's very
love
good.
the end of Season 2.
I 100% agree with both of you in that I felt like I was pushing through a wall.
Yeah, totally.
In a part of season 2 that I could almost see myself falling off. But then the way it ended, I was just like, oh, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was an entire episode where they were walking through a graveyard that I think that was the one that pushed me over the edge and be like, I'm done with this now.
He had a really cool fight at the end of that graveyard or that one.
Yeah, there was definitely some
They
violence
start
in
throwing
that,
some magic.
in that episode. There's nobody just walks through a graveyard.
There's just fucking stuff there.
Yeah, Dracula's so good in Season 2. He's such a good character.
Is it a spoiler for you to tell me who is the antagonist in season 3?
I honestly don't know yet.
Okay, we haven't found that out.
Like
What is their heading even?
You meet like a bunch of vampires in 2. There's like a whole vampire nation and like vampire armies.
Right.
And you remember that like blonde lady
Oh, yeah,
vampire?
yeah.
She has kind of gone off. She's kind of
doing
the
her own
antagonist.
thing now, yeah.
She goes
Okay.
back
I
home
remember that
and
now.
like has like her own cast of lieutenants that you meet and all these people.
Right.
I'm not too far in, but it's good. I like it a lot.
Cool.
It's a fun show. The performances are really weird. Like really, like the voice acting in it is very not unnatural, but it's very strange for animated shows in a way that I
It's very
super love.
understated.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like it kind of sounds like real life in a way where you're like, this guy's fucking mumbly as shit. What is
Yeah.
it? What is he even fucking
Like, what
saying
are you saying?
sometimes? Beer.
I got way into White Claws.
Oh, they made it to Canada. Oh shit.
They made it so apparently the ads were started running on the 1st of March. So I went to the liquor store on the 1st of March when I saw the first ad, and I said to the lady, "Where's the White Claws?" And she's like, "Well, they're technically in Canada on the 1st of March, but no one gets their liquor order until Tuesday, and then it usually takes a day to process it. So this is maybe on Wednesday you might start seeing them." So I went to the liquor store first thing on Wednesday. And
Just lined up.
and
So
9:30.
when we say first thing, are we
face against the
talking like
glass.
10:30?
no,
11
it
in the morning?
was after work. It was immediate.
Met the lady when she unlocked the door.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, ma'am. Remember me?
The White Claws?
Yeah. It's just on the pallets in the back. I can come grab a few. And they were selling them in. You could only get You get 6. So there's 4 flavors.
Okay. Do you know the 4 flavors?
Grapefruit, black cherry, lime, and mango.
What it like? I don't really know what a White Claw is.
I was about to say, like, is
They're
this
a hard seltzer. They're like a very sparkling. It's like a very sparkling,
like an alcoholic liqueur.
Yeah, it's like very much a hint of the flavor and a soda taste. Like it's like a soda base, vodka, and a hint of the flavor.
Okay,
it's very good.
Yeah.
There's 100 of them in Canada.
Easy to get in, yeah.
White Claws, and all the other ones that I've tried have been very much like this. Might as well just be soda water. Like I can barely taste the flavor in them, whereas these ones have a lot more flavor. And you can get them in 6s of those, or they had a 24 taster, but only had 3 of the flavors in the taster. They didn't have lime, which is the one I was like, I'll probably like lime the best.
Yeah.
So I got the 24 taster and a 6 of lime. So I came home with my 30 White Claws, and then I got drunk that night.
Getting ready for coronavirus. We were just talking about we could stock up 3 days of White Claws in your house.
It's probably the only thing I had in my house that would have lasted me 3 days.
What's like? What percent are they? Are they like almost
5?
a beer? Okay, they're a beer basically.
They're a beer. Yeah. But boy, they go down fast.
Yeah.
They're in those tall, skinny cans, and it's one of those like. Every time I drink them, I'm like, oh, there's half the can gone.
And it's like fizzy in a way that fizzy drinks always make you want to like just go for a little
bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good. I'd recommend them.
Andy was also talking about White Claws. He and I were playing a little Call of Duty last night.
They got huge in the States.
Yeah, I've heard so much about them.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know they were coming to Canada. We should probably try some. We should probably maybe for Rock Band night or something. We get some White Claws. See what's up.
Twist my rubber arm.
Yeah. I played a little Call of Duty this week with Andy.
Did you?
It's a fun game. I like Call of Duty a lot.
It's a strong entry into the Call of Duty series.
Yeah,
that I don't care much for at all.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Is it because you're not very good? Do you think if you
that's definitely.
Do you think if you sort of got over the hump a
I
little
also
bit?
got it's also very boring to me, like aesthetically, and
that's
like
fair.
I'm kind of
That's
just
totally fair.
like part of me is just done with the World War anything.
World
setting.
War now,
The World War
modern
now.
warfare,
but not modern warfare as opposed to old war. Like it's just all kind of drab war settings.
Yeah.
I don't dislike it. I just get bored of it very quick.
Yeah, and it is basically that game we played in 2010.
Exactly, which is excellent. Like I can play it and totally see like it's so tight. Like it's so well made. It looks beautiful. It's just I get in and I'm excited to play it, and then I play for a while. And even when I'm doing well, I'm just like, that's probably enough Call of Duty for now.
Yeah.
It feels very incredibly low stakes in a way that all video games are low stakes.
But
Call of Duty
lower.
feels so low stakes in a way that I sometimes am like, I'd kind of rather get into like a 5-minute game of Rocket League where the game feels like it matters, or like Overwatch where you're spending like 10-15 minutes on this capture the point thing, like this single objective. Whereas for better and for worse, Call of Duty, I just run in and I'll die and I'll be like, well, I died again.
Yeah.
Back to it.
Yeah, it's very fair criticisms. And like one of the things that I really like, and well, it's the nostalgia thing, right? Where when Andy and I were playing, I'm like, this is exactly like it was fucking 10 years ago. We're on Rust. We're on the same maps in some cases. We're playing Call of Duty on the internet. It's like I should be in bed, but we're gonna stay up for one more match, just like we're in fucking high school again.
Yeah.
And to do it all again here in 2020 is like I really and I haven't played the last few Call of Duties as well, which I'm sure helps with the fatigue. But
it's so like it's a phenomenal game.
What a fucking great entry. The 166 gig install size on the hard drive is a real fucking problem.
Mine just finished installing last night.
166 is like literally half my SSD. Like 166 gigs is ridiculous. And that the patching issues are fucked, but what a tremendous shooter.
Yeah.
Oh, the crossplay thing is also so amazing.
While you were playing that, I was playing Overwatch last night, and they started the 10th season. That can't be right. They started.
That might be right because they're not like full year seasons.
Yeah, I almost thought that seemed too low. But anyway, they started a new season, and their kind of gimmick this year is they're rotating, pulling characters out of who you can select for ranked.
That's kind of
to kind of encourage people to try different
freshen
things
up the meta a little bit. Yeah,
probably you see it more on the high tiers where people are just like, we know, like for people who are good at all the characters, we know ideally you want these two from these classes. So them kind of forcing you to change it up. Like I have one tank I use whenever we decide you can pick your classes at the beginning and be
Reinhardt.
No.
Traitor.
Reinhardt is my favorite to play with.
The man who taught me the Reinhardt dance.
I do not
one night at a bar on the dance floor.
In steel-toe boots, I believe. I would not do justice to Reinhardt playing him.
Who's your boy?
Zarya.
Oh, yeah. Pardon me, your girl.
Yes, my girl. So there are situations like that where I will always say, oh, yeah, I'll play tank. I'll play any class.
Yeah.
I have my characters for each one, no matter which one I get. And it helps with the queue times because I'm not being like, I'll only play as an attacker. Find me a match with an attacker. But with people like Zarya, if they get to the point where they pull Zarya, it is going to force me to play someone that I'm not comfortable with, which is, I think, good for the game.
Totally. And like probably good for players.
Yeah, totally. Because I'll keep doing it. I'll keep putting tank on there, and then I'll just be like, well, I'll try this guy. Maybe I'll get hot with this person.
And from like, I don't watch is it the OWL? The Overwatch?
Could be.
League?
Something league? I think the W might, I think it's OWL for some reason. Maybe I'm making that up.
It's just Overwatch League?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe just OW League, Overwatch League. I'm not sure. Yeah. But regardless, for like professional standpoint, like watching professional games, that could be super interesting. Where like teams' entire strategies might have to change.
Yeah.
Of like, oh damn, our core strategy pick
Is
for this
based on
team,
this character.
yeah, is gone. So now we got to try something really different and shaking up the meta. Always good. Always interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of which, new event in the 4th season of Apex is, I can't remember what it's called, but I can tell you what the gimmick is. And it's Deja Loot, which they are, when you play this mode, the loot never moves. The loot is in the same place every single time you land.
So like the caber is always in this one spot.
Right, yeah. The gold helmet is always here. This is always here.
Like old shooters of yore, like Halo 2 used to be.
Right. And that'll stay there for the entire duration of the event, I think. The event is 2 weeks.
Okay.
The only time I think maybe they change it at the midway point, but I think it might stay there for the whole 2 weeks. And then daily, they changed the plane trajectory, the drop ship, and the circles. But the circles and the plane will stay the same that whole day.
Whereas usually it would be random.
Every time the circles are different, the loot's different, the plane is different every single round you play.
Weird. So you can like totally formulate strategies because you know where you're dropping, you know what loot is where.
It was the kind of thing, and I wouldn't play this long term. I think it's smart that it's only a 2 week thing, and then they kind of get back to whatever they were doing. But it was one of those things where I went through the first day, and I'm like, it's kind of boring once you like kind of know exactly what you're doing and everything. But then it was the moment that we played the second day, and everything was new, just where the circle was going to be and where you had to land, where I was like, oh, I can kind of see what makes this cool, where it's like, okay, new day, we need a totally new strategy. We've been doing the same thing for 24 hours.
Yeah.
We totally got to flip.
And like being able to come up with a strategy is interesting because usually those are just random variables that you can't plan for.
Right.
But like anytime you can play a game differently, I'm in. Let's check it out.
Very much changed like what characters are valuable. Like the robot, Pathfinder, was always super valuable because you could it could be all of a sudden like, oh, the circle's way over there, let's use a zip line.
Yeah, he's got a big zip line that the whole team can ride if you don't play Apex.
One of his abilities was he could also find these locations where he could see the next ring ahead of when everyone else could see it, so you could kind of preemptively get to where you have to go.
I guess that ability is like completely moot now.
As him being such a reactive character, he's not nearly as useful now, whereas now people like trap characters like Caustic with his gas traps and the electric fence lady are super valuable now because you know where that last circle is. That circle where it gets so tiny that there's literally nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
It's in the same place every game. So you can be the first team there.
Go there
and trap
immediately.
it up.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. So it is
cool.
neat what it's done to the game. Like I said, I'm glad it's 2 weeks and then we move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But it was a neat idea that no one's ever done where they're like, let's just take all the variables out of it.
I like that they're trying stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard anything about Fortnite in a long time. I wonder what Fortnite is up to these days.
They just started a new, they call it like Chapter 2, Season 2 or something.
Because Chapter 2, the first part of Chapter 2 is when it all shut down or whatever,
Chapter
right?
2 started with it, all shutting down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really into Apex again. I'm probably more into Apex than I have been since it first came out.
Oh shit! There've never been a better time to be playing in Apex.
Never been a better time.
You boys getting wins? Couple
We're getting
dinners
wins.
here and there.
Yeah, I'm winning at a higher clip than I've ever won before.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I liked Apex. I wish it was crossplay. I feel like if it was crossplay,
You'd be a little more.
Yeah, it might be. I do most of my gaming on my computer now.
Yeah. And it's the perfect example of my whole COD versus Apex issue is I'm not really a lot better at Apex than I am at COD.
Yeah.
Maybe I have a little bit more knowledge of the weapons and everything, but in terms of like Twitch shooting skill, it's no different. So
It just feels like you
I feel
have
like
stakes in Apex,
exactly.
whereas in Call of Duty you're one of 12 or whatever. Who
and
cares?
I can kind of play to my strengths in Apex in a way where the only strength in COD is
Shoot guys.
Yeah. So
Kevin, what you been doing this week?
Well, one thing I did was signed up for a Spotify premium account
Oh?
so that I could download the Matt Eads curated D&D stuff.
Oh, wow. Those playlists that I make they're on Talking Reckless. If you at home want to use our curated Dungeons & Dragons music playlists, they are organized by mood. So if you need scary, if you're going to go dark, cavey, scary music, you just hit the scary playlist. If you need something sad because of the main character, hit the sad playlist.
sexy.
You got a sexy playlist. Fuck yeah. It's actually just the Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
Oh.
Over and over
I
and
was
over.
gonna go with,
I made that one.
Justin Timberlake, Sexy Back. Just over and over.
I should add. I'll curate
Yeah.
that in.
Sure.
Yeah. 2 songs. That's all we need.
We use those on Rolling Reckless, our Dungeons & Dragons podcast, which you should go listen to right now. It has its own feed, has its own YouTube channel. It's dope. It's uncut dope. And I use those playlists. I should find a way to not make people have to use Spotify Premium, but that's what I use is why that is a thing.
Yeah. Do you have to have premium to use to use playlists?
Playlist
right?
is a premium feature,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
fuck.
I'm sure there might be a way to do it like free for everybody, but I don't know.
But then there would be ads, right?
Yeah.
That's part of the big
Right.
problem.
That's the problem, right?
You
Nobody
don't want
wants that.
ads in your D&D.
Yeah.
No. I had the last time I ran a game, it was all ads all the time.
Oh.
And like random, just like D&D music, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just random playlists.
Just like
so.
see what happens.
Did you like? Was it just playing in the background, whatever, or was it like?
I was playing in the
Was it
background.
like,
whatever.
Spotify pitched me a sad song. Time for DM Kevin to make a sad story.
That would have been genius. But the only problem with that is your story might have to change
Every 4
a complete
minutes.
180 every couple minutes. So, I mean, I'm
A true
I'm okay,
DM wouldn't
but I'm
balk
not
at the
that
challenge.
good.
Coward.
Played some more Slay the Spire on stream. That was last night.
Did a draft.
Yeah,
I didn't
it
even
was
know there was a draft in
It
that.
was one of the daily challenge things, so it's always random shit going on. And the thing that we did was a draft, which was the first time I've done a draft, and it was super fun.
Yeah, drafts are drafting in a card. Do you know what drafting in a card game means, Brando? Card game expert?
I assume it's the same as sports.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
Just take turns picking from a deck that has only like one card of each type or
Kind of.
multiple, but
Yeah.
you can't just get all the cards you want.
Yeah, you get a choice of three. Three? Is it
Yeah,
three
it
in
was
Slay the Spire?
3.
You get a choice of 3, pick one,
Sure.
move on. And it's a single player game, so there's no pool
And the
to
3
keep
are
track of.
random.
It seemed like they
Yeah.
were,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so did that, and I also put hands on the Final Fantasy VII demo.
Yeah, you put hands on the Final Fantasy
Put
VII demo?
hands on it.
Shit.
Fuck.
So did I.
Hope you asked
Oh
first.
shit!
I played it today on stream.
Did you?
Doesn't even have Tifa. Like, what are we even doing?
It
Fuck are we
doesn't
even
have
doing?
Tifa?
Doesn't have Tifa.
I don't even know what's
I
wrong
don't-
with you guys.
I don't
Tifa's
think I'm
like
gonna
the
buy it.
third best character in that game.
I don't think Tifa's even in this game. She wasn't in the demo. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say that me and Heeds are maybe coming from this game from a different place than you are, in that there's like 3 words that
yeah.
I can associate with that game.
Sephiroth.
And when I get it, if I were to get in there and someone were to be like, Tifa's not a Final Fantasy VII thing, I'd be like,
Oh shit!
oh, that's like 33% of what I know about this game.
You could convince me Tifa wasn't Final Fantasy VII in like 4 minutes,
Yeah.
like 2 minutes. I'd be like, oh shit! I totally
Tifa.
She's
Yeah,
an 8.
weird.
Oh shit! My bad.
Had all those numbers backwards all this
Leon?
time. Leon?
Leon is.
I don't think there's a Leon in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, there.
VII.
Yeah, there. He's in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that's
He's
what
played by-
that's what I'm basing
He's
everything
played by
on.
David. What's the dude who plays Angel? David Borden and Frollis.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he played Leon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think. Maybe he might be like a villain.
Yuffie?
No, I think he's the main character of it.
There's a Yuffie. Yeah.
Who's the main character of 8? Or is that Tidus? Is Tidus 8?
Tidus is 10. Squall is 8.
So Tidus we run into,
My old man.
I think Tidus we run into on the island in Kingdom Hearts, and he's one of the people who tells us if we start our journey in the morning, it'll be tougher.
I fucking
Is
hate
Tidus in that?
I fucking hate Tidus.
That makes sense. He washes up on an island in Final Fantasy X.
Leon Squall's name is Squall Leonhart.
Oh, there you go.
Lionheart.
Leonhart. Lionheart.
All right, well, that's...
Leon is Squall, who is known as Leon in the Kingdom Hearts series, yes. The character Squall Lionheart, apparently, from Final Fantasy VIII, who is known as Leon in the Kingdom Hearts series.
Maybe it was a mistranslation to the American version.
Or maybe maybe he should have called himself Lion, but the Kingdom Hearts...
So none of these people are in 7.
No. Yuffie's not in 7.
Cloud is in 7.
Cloud is in 7.
Yuffie is 7.
Is Yuffie 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Sephiroth is 7.
Yeah.
Yuffie is the one, like, she's got the short black hair.
Yeah, she's the ninja girl from
Ninja
Kingdom
girl.
Hearts. I only know her from Kingdom Hearts.
I only know her from Kingdom Hearts 2.
Little ninja girl.
Yeah. Okay. I'm in. I still have 3. Yuffie, Cloud, Sephiroth.
Sephiroth.
Yeah, all true statements.
The song. Also, you probably heard the song.
I've heard the song.
Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Sephiroth.
Is that in Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, probably is.
You
Yeah.
fight him.
Yeah. What do you think of this Final Fantasy VII Remake demo?
I need to ask one question first.
Of us?
Yes.
The Final Fantasy VII experts, go ahead.
This is not a Final Fantasy VII question. This is a Final Fantasy in general question.
Okay.
Do you remember how the combat went in Final Fantasy 15?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it like it is in this?
Similar. A little bit different, where you were like kind of you had a button that could throw your sword and you would teleport up to it to regain your MP and stuff. A little bit different, but yes, it plays very similarly to Final Fantasy 15.
Because playing through the Final Fantasy VII demo, like the way they developed the characters was great. Like it gave a whole lot more fleshing out to a lot of the characters compared to the text version on PlayStation.
Badger, from Breaking Bad. Remember Badger? Branda? Remember Jesse's buddy Badger?
Yes.
Is the voice of Wedge.
Okay.
Oh,
Sounds
He's got like the wheezy kind of, yeah.
Because I was
Okay.
like, I recognize this voice, and so I was like, that sounds like Badger, and then
Yeah.
we looked it up, and it totally is.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the scene where they're exiting through out the elevator, and Barrett's in the elevator just freaking out, like waiting to get out, like chomping at the bit to get out of this elevator.
Yeah, he kind of
And
sucks.
Cloud is just standing there all stoic, like just
Every-
we'll get out when we get out. Kind
Everyone in this demo kind of sucks.
What?
Jessie, the girl Jessie's okay, but only because she's like, Cloud, we should fuck. Like the word goes, she's horny for Cloud.
Well, look at him.
Look at him.
True.
Yeah.
Barrett was a really good character. Like the way they fleshed him out in this first little scene, because this is the first mission in the game.
Yeah.
Like not having played Final Fantasy VII and not knowing. Like,
You haven't played Final Fantasy VII?
I'm talking about you.
Oh, okay, yes.
So like not knowing where the characters go, I can understand seeing just that snippet.
Oh yeah,
of
no,
these
I just have
characters.
their like base.
Yeah, exactly.
Cloud is moody and makes anime noises. Barrett's angry. Don't fucking talk to her like this. What's her name is horny, and Wedge is fat.
Is he the guy with the one arm gun?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Barrett. But yeah, I super enjoyed the voice acting was really good. I thought the guy whoever was playing Barrett was really awesome. And I normally don't give a shit about voice acting at all. I did not enjoy the way the combat worked.
Did you play the classic mode or the like easy normal?
I played whatever the default was.
Probably normal.
Yeah, normal.
So on the classic mode is like exactly the same, but if you take your hands off the controller, they will just do combat for you, and then you use the abilities. So you're basically waiting for that Alberta Treasury Branch bar to fill up.
AP bar.
ATB, whatever that stands for.
Active Time Battle.
Thank you. Yes, you wait for your ATB bar to fill up and then use an ability, and like that's kind of analogous to original Final Fantasy VII, I guess, where you're just waiting for the bar to fill up and then your ability. But they suck. Like when they're doing their own thing, they dodge and block by themselves, but they do it shittily, and like they'll like be stuck behind a box and they're just shooting the box instead of shooting the guy or whatever. The
very first thing that happened to me when I was learning the combat, and it's like, here's how to use your action points and everything like that. There were two enemies split up on opposite sides of this room. I was killing one of them. As soon as I killed it, I thought to myself, I'm gonna do a super cool looking move here. I'm gonna go right into my menu. I'm gonna use my cross slash or braver or whatever the fuck it's called, and I'm gonna leap across the screen and kill this other dude. So I clicked the ability and it said, which enemy do you want to target? I'm like, I want to target that guy over there. Figuring, this is an RPG. I can target enemies from wherever because I have an ability.
I mean, he turns to face them at least.
Yeah, he did. He turned to face that enemy and then immediately jumped up and slammed his sword into the ground, into the empty space that was in front of him.
Yep.
Fuck.
And I'm just looking at my screen and I'm like, what just happened?
So it longer sword.
Even more than its Final Fantasy 15 combat, it is the Kingdom Hearts combat. It is 100% the Kingdom Hearts combat, but there's a block button. Whereas unless Kingdom Hearts 3 added a block button, there's no block in Kingdom Hearts. You just attack at the same time they attack.
Kingdom Hearts 3 added a block button.
It might be exactly the Kingdom Hearts 3.
So I do know that for Final Fantasy 15, there was the really arcadey version of the combat that you could play, and you could also play a more turn-based traditional style because there were two options in 15. If there is not two options in this remake, I will probably not buy
There
it.
is, but that second option is exactly what I described, where it's exactly the same, but your character does it automatically, and then you can use the abilities when you can take manual control, which is actually what I did, and probably how I'll play for the most part, because they do an okay enough job, and it's like, oh, boss fight, I gotta manual control here. Away we go.
I was doing manual control the whole time, and I'm like, I could not picture myself playing that game with those controls for the entirety of the 3 games, there 4 games, or however many fucking games come out,
man. It automates that stuff, but it doesn't use abilities. So you still have to use your own abilities.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to experience the story again with the remade graphics and the voice acting and just to watch it all because it looked amazing.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful.
The game fucking looked amazing.
The demo at least runs really well. I was worried it was because we're right at the end of the generation where you start to worry maybe base PS4 isn't going to hang anymore, but ran great on the base PS4.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really, after getting hands on it, I'm not sure if it's for me.
Yeah. I didn't hate it. I played enough of it. I liked Final Fantasy 15 well enough. And
I really like Final Fantasy 15 too, but
it's kind of the same.
This combat really feels different in a way.
Yeah, I had no good I did the demo twice, once on that mode, once on the classic mode, and it just felt like I had no good handle on like Kingdom Hearts. I was just mashing the attack button until the combat was done, and
that's all I did.
There are mechanics going on where they're like, we got to take out the shield generator part, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I'm just gonna hit square a bunch. The boss is dead. I guess we did it.
Yeah. That was basically lock on and change targets to the shield generator. But even when I did that, it's like I would throw lightning at the shield generator. Like I expected to happen because that's how you do the fight in the other game, and it didn't even damage the shield generator. I'm like, oh, I just did 3 damage with that lightning bolt when it should do 400.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know. It just
You're controlling multiple characters at once?
You're
controlling, you control one character in your party, and you can free switch between them.
And
they're just
fighting when
just
you're
like
not.
Donald and Goofy.
Sure.
There, it's the more I talk about, the more it is very, very Kingdom Hearts. You have 4. I think you have up to 4 allies instead of just the 2.
Right.
Did you have 3 in Kingdom Hearts? 2 in Kingdom Hearts. I think.
You always ever just controlled the one.
Yeah.
Original 7, you had a party of 3, so.
Plus Cloud, or just I think the tooltip says 4.
Total of 3.
I think it said 4 when I was playing the demo. I think it said you might have up to 4. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Maybe it was 3 and a guest. I don't know.
Yeah,
I honestly missed that part of the demo where it said something about how many people you would have. But
but you can switch between them. They have their own abilities. But it's like you. The combat was not my most favorite part of it.
Yeah, and maybe the nostalgia factor and the fact of just wanting to see it will convince me to pick it up, but as of right now, I'm not impressed.
I like anime now, and I saw a little bit of anime stuff in there, so I guess I'm in.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. We'll see how many parts it's going to be. The fact that they are just calling this Final Fantasy VII Remake is super deceiving, unless you are way in the know like we are, and we are even in the know and have no idea how many parts this game is going to be. Yeah. But I
also don't even know how long Kingdom Hearts. I could finish this game and be like, oh, so that's Kingdom Hearts 7.
Yeah. Oh. Final Fantasy 7.
I mean, fuck. I can't wait.
Whoops.
For Kingdom Hearts 7.
Yeah, I don't I don't know. I'm gonna play it because it's the talk of the town, of course. Well, we have a stream goal. We'll see if we have a stream goal or not. But
I'll play it. It's gonna be my first Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, it'll also be. I mean, I played 15, but never finished it. It'll be my second Final Fantasy game, I guess. We should go on a physical copy.
Yes, that's not how I roll.
I mean, if I get it, I'm
Three-way.
getting a physical copy for sure.
Three-way
I ain't doing that.
voice. It's gonna be a 4-hour-long game.
I'll fucking take my money.
Yeah, all right. We'll talk later, Kevin.
So not a 4-hour game if I play it 20 times.
Oh, there's no Tifa. There's no Tifa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll
the
split
demo.
with you guys
There's no Tifa in the demo, so I don't know.
I was always always an Aerith fan.
I've been saying Aerith this whole time. Is her name Aerith?
Aerith is the North American version. Aerith is the Japanese version.
That's a weird change.
Do we actually think like 4 hours? Because I was thinking like 8.
I would guess. I mean, I've never played the original game, so my opinion is completely moot here. I don't know, but
My guess is it will be 40 hours, but it will be a third of the game.
you think this first part will be 40 hours?
Yeah.
How long did you spend in? I bet it won't. I bet it'll just be Midgar,
Yeah.
and that's 40 hours, give or take, in the original game.
I mean, if you
It's like
want
a
to stretch
third of
it
the
out,
game?
you can. But
Oh, so there might be it might be 40 hours to do everything,
Yes,
and there might
that's
be
what
like
I mean, yeah.
a
It'll be
huge
40
amount
hours to do
of
everything.
side,
Yeah.
like, I need 5 apples for my chocobos.
Exactly.
So I'll do that.
I think it's going to be
I played
short.
60 hours of Kakarot.
That's gross.
But yeah, I mean, if you're crit pathing it, 8 hours.
I think it's going to be really short, and we're going to see a lot more things called Final Fantasy VII Remake in
But
the next few years.
there's also going to be like
Milk it.
just comparing the initial mission in the demo, the remake, and the initial mission in the original game. Like the amount of added cutscenes and added dialogue and just added content comparing to the two means that sure you could just have Midgar, but you could have solid 10 hours of cutscenes in that Midgar.
I'd be surprised. I'm expecting content light. Content light is what I think. Content
Honestly,
light,
if
but
it's
lots
10
of
hours,
lots of releases.
I'll be like,
Because
pretty good.
you know, as Square Enix, if someone buys Final Fantasy Remake Part 1, you know that they are in for parts 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then the DLC after.
You have to get them in for 2.
You think you have to get in for 2?
Yeah.
I think
you get part 1. First of all, you get all the people that don't know it's only part 1.
Yeah.
Second of all, you get all the people who want to see how it is and if it's worth it. If you get them in for 2, then you got them in for 7.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. But I'm expecting a lot of shorter releases, which will all be full price. Because nostalgia commands the highest price tag of anything in video games. People will pay more for nostalgia than they will for anything else.
So we can all agree that me having no nostalgia for this and paying full price makes me the greatest fool of all of us.
Indeed. You get up to anything else, Kev?
No, that was kind of it. I dipped back into the city building game Caesar 3.
Yes.
They came out in like 1994 or something like that.
Like 90.
Yeah, I don't
think
know.
that might be right. 94 or 95? I'll look it up.
Something like that. But I got it on.
It's isometric, right?
Yeah, I got it on GOG like years and years and years ago.
98.
98. Oh, okay.
Oh, the greatest year of video games.
And I've never beat it. I found this one dude who does like commentary videos and
Of
stuff
Caesar
like that
3.
of Caesar 3. So I've been watching those and really upping my Caesar 3 city building game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and see how long it takes me, but I'm going to try and get through that campaign for the first time ever.
Shit.
But yeah,
Godspeed.
that's pretty much it for me.
Are you streaming that, or is that just
No, that's just
a little,
Oh,
little
you
side
said
project?
we might not see Slay the Spire on your Thursday stream.
yeah. I'm thinking I don't know what I'm going to do.
That's what I was going to ask you. Just not Slay the Spire. It wasn't you have something else in mind. Is you don't want to play Slay the Spire again.
Well, I kind of got through. Actually, I might do one more with the custom mode because I was kind of putzing around there after we shut the stream off yesterday, just to see what some of the settings are for the custom runs, and like we could make some crazy shit that would be kind of fun to do.
Yeah,
just for like
maybe
a one-time
one more
thing.
week of
Yeah,
Slay the Spire?
maybe like one more week just to check out the custom stuff. And then maybe decide what else to do, and then something else.
Fell Seal.
It's one of the things I'm considering,
Fell Seal!
but I've
talking about it for years.
I've put like 5 hours into that game, and it's not that good.
Everybody else says it's bad as well.
It's like if I want to play a tactics game like that, I might as well just play Final Fantasy Tactics because that game is great.
XCOM. Fire Emblem. You might as well just play Fire Emblem.
Nah, that's a different type of tactics game.
It's anime tactics.
Yeah. I'm not into.
Well, you got a problem. You don't like tea time. You don't like.
It's true. I would love tea time. I would love to just stare at people for extended amounts of time.
It's called observing. All right, we don't call it staring.
Sorry, observing.
It's observing. Thank you.
Leering.
Yeah, leering works.
The button says observe.
Yep.
I'm just observing.
And then you like fucking scoot right up so that you're this far away from your student. You just stare at them until they say like, "Why are you staring at me?"
Yeah,
you're
I'm
like,
observing.
It's like I'm just checking out that vein on your neck.
Yeah. Because I had to look up this guide to get these T questions right. So, fucking pet the face of my Pokemon.
Yeah,
What's
I don't know. I was also considering XCOM 2. I kind of dipped back into that a couple months ago to see how I would feel about that.
You play War of the Chosen?
No, I never played War of the Chosen.
War of the Chosen is very dope.
Yeah,
very
I've heard that
dope,
too,
yeah.
but I don't know. I don't think I could get back into XCOM.
How about... Did I say Fire Emblem already?
Yeah.
Okay. There's like another, like Phoenix Point. There's other tactics games out right now.
Yeah.
Phoenix Point is one, or Mutant Year Zero. It might be called.
I saw this one game and I totally don't remember what it's called. It might be Stone Shard or something like that.
It's
but
probably a video
I also found out that it's like just hit early access, so I don't really want to play that. It does look super cool. It's like did you ever play? God, I don't even remember what it's called now. But it's one of those like a top-down RPG style game where you're in a dungeon, you're picking up loot, you're doing stuff like that.
Diablo.
But it's kind of turn-based where every time you make a move, all the enemies on the screen make a move as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like Crypt of the Necrodancer like that.
Is it an Endless? Like Dungeon of the Endless? Is one of the Endless games?
No, it's going to drive me insane because I'm not going to remember what that game is called.
You also don't
'Cause I
have
played
your
it,
phone
like-
to look it up.
I know.
I saw you go for it.
But yeah, it's like every time you make a move, the enemies make a move.
I'm with
So you kind of have to plan it out to be like, okay, I'll move here, they'll follow me into this corner.
Oh.
I'll use my spells.
Into the Breach. Maybe not.
No.
But that is that game you're
more
describing.
like Into the Breach than Dungeon of the Endless, because Dungeon of the Endless is live.
Yeah. Well, sort of. It's turn-based until it's live. It's
Well, yeah,
turn-based
you-
until you open a door, and then it's live.
Yeah.
You know what the best tactics game is? It's chess.
Chess tactics.
Chess. Just chess.
Chess
Manual
is chess
chess, we have to call it now. Not auto chess.
No lie, there are multiple occasions per year where I'll just be like looking for something to watch on stream one day, and there'll be nothing on. I'll be like, oh, let's check out some chess streams.
Yeah, I was going to say, you often have the chess stream on when I come by.
Yeah, there's. I usually tune in for World Champions every year, just to watch that stuff.
Just to keep my game up, you know,
Yeah,
make sure
exactly.
make sure I know the meta strats in case anybody throws down on the old black and white.
That's right. But yeah, I got to do some thinking about what to play. So who knows?
Play a little more Fire Emblem. I beat Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Not only did I beat it on maddening, beat it on my first try.
Okay.
Fucking shit.
Yes, beat it on my first try, having wasted one of my. You have like those spin back time things, having completely just thrown one of those away because I'm stupid.
Yeah, that happened to me all
probably
the time.
Still got
Had
it.
like 2 weeks of practice because there was huge amount of time in between.
Yeah, that's what I do. I do it every day. I like go through, do a run, make sure I learn the bullshit. Yeah, and then I throw it a few times on stream on purpose just to make sure that nobody like catches on.
Right.
Then pretend to get really mad. Beat it on my first try. It wasn't that hard. The difficulty spikes in that game are redonkulous.
Sure.
And that was not one of them. That was like a pretty easy one because you could kind of just let the other
But
two
it's
houses
like
fight themselves.
Oh, I guess so. I was gonna say it's amazing. Like I always got the sense that the main story stuff was the spikes.
Yeah, usually it is. That one wasn't bad, but we're on a couple of like really tough battles now. I don't know. It's so strange because the auxiliary battles are so easy, hilariously easy. Like you might as well not even fucking play them. You do them for the rewards, and they suck. They're always on the same map. They always have the same enemies, and they're just useless. Throwaway. You could auto battle through every single one of them.
Yeah.
They're completely worthless. Fucking time wasters. But you got to do them to level up. The difficulty in that game, I'm not thrilled with it.
It's very uneven.
It's very, very uneven, and I guess it's just very uneven. Like I cannot get. I want a good, consistent challenge where you're challenged and maybe you die once or twice, but eventually you get over it. And like it's just peaks and valleys. Peaks and valleys. We're like, this is fucking impossible. I need to look up a guide step by step how to do this, and then this next thing is so hilariously easy that we might as well have auto battled.
Right.
The difficulty in that game is fucked. Truly across the board, completely fucked. Makes no fucking sense.
So it's good we didn't have it in our top 5.
Maybe, I don't know. I still really like the story and
the
like the
story's really
characters and stuff. It's a bit like my biggest complaint about it right now is that everything is so clumped together where you do your battles for like 4 hours or whatever because they take a long time on maddening. And then you go back to the monastery and you have like 30 support conversations to get through. So you are just doing 2 hours of support conversation. Yeah. And just watching a cutscene.
Those were kind of my favorite part.
Support conversation. And some of them are pretty good, but eventually, like when you're doing so many of them, like some of the shticks get old where like one of my students doesn't want to leave her room and her thing is like whenever anybody talks, she's like, you're going to kill me. I've offended you. Yeah. Like every time. So when you have to do like 6 of those back to back to back to back to back to back and every single one is like, don't look at me. It's like, okay.
Sounds like you have a boring house.
I have a boring student.
All the golden deer had fun little interactions.
Yeah, I have a boring student where I get your thing, Bernie. Let's get over this. Let's fucking.
Which one's Bernie?
The purple hair archer doesn't like leave her room. I'm still having a good time with it. I don't know. I'm having a good time with it, but I am seeing the rough edges.
Sure.
Maybe
there's nothing like putting a game on the hardest difficulty to see the rough edges.
Yeah, it's not even the difficulty stuff though. It's just like,
but I think that stands true across video games. Is usually like once you push yourself up against the limits of like where you have to be perfect, then you start seing every little flaw in a video game.
It turns out you don't have to be perfect. I am so fucking far from perfect, and we're still getting through just fine. Sure. The stuff like it's all the like I say, it's the pacing of it where like you're encouraged to always fish as much as you can because you're getting Professor XP and Professor XP gives you everything. Like
love fishing.
You can fight more, you can do whatever, you can do whatever. The gardening's okay because you can only you garden, you plant your things, you're done.
Right.
You can fish infinitely. You can go buy you can buy lures if you want. You can find them all over the place and you can fish as many times as you have lures. You can fish like truly forever and you're encouraged to do so. But like just like the sport conversations, like I don't just want to fish for 3 hours.
Does fishing pass time in the game? Or?
No, so that's why you can and are encouraged to infinitely fish. Fish as much as you can to get your professor level up, because then you can train your students more. Like the professor level unlocks everything, so you can do the faster that goes up, the more everything else you can do. It's just like some of the pacing stuff where. Like I have to go do like 10 hours of just giving out gifts. I have 1,000 gifts and or lost items. I don't know who any of them go to, so I was gonna pull up a guide and be like, okay, you care about horses. This for you. This for you. This for you. This for you.
Good professor doesn't need a guide for that.
I don't know. Who the fuck likes horses? I can't figure out who the fucking fuck. Do you know who likes horses?
Yeah, it's the blue-haired person from the Golden Deer.
Marianne.
Lorenzo.
The dude, not lady.
Yes.
Lorenzo likes horses? I would have never known Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Fucking horse.
Trust me, he was one of mine. I hated him. He was my least favorite.
He's got a nice big flower on his shirt. I like that.
Well, I run into situations where it's like, well, one of you probably is going to die, so let's get Lorenzo up to the front of the ground.
Yeah. I'm still having a good time. We'll still keep working our way through it.
Yeah.
It's not as hard as
it's funny that
I made it out to be, I don't think.
Like, out of all the characters in that game with all the items, you might have picked one of maybe 3 I could have told you.
There's a couple that, like, I'm pretty sure I know everyone, but then there's, like, a few, because they would give you a loose description, and there's a few that I have no idea, where it's like, likes horses? What? I don't know. Everybody kind of likes horses, don't? Who hates horses?
I don't much care for horses.
I mean, I'm afraid of them, but I don't not like horses.
They're thinking too much. I can tell by their eyes.
Shifty. I also started playing
against you.
Yes.
I also started playing Bloodborne again. It's time for the yearly pilgrimage back into Yharnam.
I was trying to think if there was any game that I hit up on a annual basis, and I don't think there is anymore.
No.
I think I used to have games. Mass Effect 2. I went through a stretch with Mass Effect 2 where I'd probably play Mass Effect 2 once a year.
Wow.
Just doing a different class or a different the
Renegade or Paragon or whatever.
And then I was like always kind of close on BioShock 1, where it felt like maybe once every 2 years I'd kind of rip through that. But I don't think I play anything as much as you play Bloodborne.
The From games, any of the From games, they're good. They're good for replays because they're always like it's always challenging. It's always hard.
Right.
You always lose that skill set.
Yeah.
Especially coming back after Sekiro. This is the first time I've realized that Bloodborne runs like fucking shit on the PlayStation.
Oh no.
Holy shit, it runs at like 10 frames a second all the time. It's so bad. The frame rate is truly terrible.
That's weird that it took you until this playthrough.
Yep. It's so after playing Sekiro at 60 frames a second, it made me realize like it's sludgy and slow in a way that you can queue up almost 3 seconds of like if you go roll, your character will go roll, get up, roll, get up, roll,
terrible.
get up. Yeah, it's bad in a way that like you really gotta like you have to compensate for the sludginess in
That's
a
right.
way.
Turn-based combat.
Might as well be. It's still super fun. I fucking love Bloodborne's my favorite one of those games. I love the setting so much. I love the story. I love the character design. Everything about it. I love Bloodborne so much.
Still might happen for me.
Oh, I hope so.
Sekiro has opened the door
I hope so.
a little bit, and I kind of just want to, as I am with almost every video game, I kind of just want to move forward.
Yeah.
I would like Sekiro can be my in point, and then
that's
maybe
fair.
I'll get into games from here on out. I don't go back.
Yeah. And it's
Always
a
forward.
definite back because like this is not quite all the way Dark Souls. Like you can't block, but it is not all the way Sekiro because you can't block.
I kind of just want more Sekiro.
Ring of Elden. Who knows what that might be?
That'd be dope. That's two things I like.
I got a news story about Ghost of Tsushima, which
I
could
saw
maybe
it.
be more Sekiro. It kind of looks like it might be. I'm not too sure. Anybody else playing any other games here?
I got a little bit into Savage Planet.
Journey 2?
Journey to the Savage Planet.
Max and I, one gassy Mexican, are supposed to start playing that tomorrow in co-op.
Yes, I feel like you said that same thing to me 2 weeks ago when I said I installed this.
Oh.
But you didn't play it, obviously.
Today was always the day, though, so
Did it? Oh, okay.
maybe I said the day wrong.
Maybe you didn't even say the day. Maybe you just said soon. It seems super easy. It seems like a very toned down version of your Subnautica or your...
It's like it's crafting, survival type of... like loose?
Not even so much. There is crafting. You collect resources and you go to a 3D printer and you make stuff to help with your equipment and everything. But there's no... You're not looking for food. You're not looking for oxygen, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
You seem to get abilities a lot quicker than you did in most of these kind of games.
I watched the...
It's got some personality, though.
I was going to say, I watched the trailer, like, about the goop or whatever the purple stuff is. I'll say that didn't hit with me at all.
And a lot of that stuff might not if that didn't, but a lot of that
is it
stuff
a lot
is...
of that, though?
The goop you're talking about, did it look like a commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those commercials are running, like, in your ship and seem to be very much a flavor kind of thing. Whereas
Okay.
I feel like there's a different tone kind of out in the world where you have kind of your cutesy little, like, narrator who not like a like someone in your like almost a HUD voice who is like basically telling you about these creatures and this stuff, and every now and then there's kind of a funny line about some funnier version of touch it and you'll die, but that kind of stuff.
When I saw that thing, I was like, oh, this is like from the minds that brought you Borderlands. Like, what are we seeing here? It's very much that type of humor.
It's very stylized, but the stuff it looks like they just wrote a bunch of commercials and stuff to like have going on in your ship. Because it seems like
they should not use that as the trailer. That gives them a bad like I already bought it and then watched that thing after it, and I was like, oh no.
It seems like there's almost a maybe this is just maybe this isn't true, but this is kind of the vibe I was getting, where there's very much a outer wild worlds vibe to it,
with like the company.
Yeah,
I totally picked up on that.
Yeah, there's a company and they're not really treating you well, and you're just a disposable person who's going to go colonize this planet.
Instead of salt tuna, it's goop.
Right. I feel like there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
And they get over so far. I'm still early, but they get over a lot of that in the in-ship kind of like intermission kind of stuff when you check back in to print some new stuff and heal up and everything. But it seems really easy. Like it seems like there's a lot of stuff. Maybe it gets harder, but the combat is just you kind of like shooting things floating around that'll shoot back at you and take a little health. But then it just seems like you take a quick scan around and there's like 4 health plants that give you more health. So
Curious to see how the co-op is.
Yeah, it's a weird game to have co-op from what I've seen so far.
I'll have more to report on next week.
Yes. Perhaps me too.
As likely, yes, will you?
It is very much a game that is just getting me to Ori and the Blind Forest, which comes out next week.
Oh shit, is that next week?
Yeah.
I have that definitive edition on my Xbox still waiting for me to eventually play.
Yes. Not the Blind Forest. Will of the Wisps.
Will of the Wisps, yes.
That's it.
Any other games, anybody? A quick break here and do some news after this?
Let's do it.
All right, we'll see you here on the other side of this musical break. We don't actually have musical break if you're listening live.
What?
Yeah. But that's not our music. How does ours go? It's the me music. Nope, that's the shop channel. I don't know how it goes. I listen to that music every single fucking week, and I honestly can't sing it off the top of my head. No prob, bot boy. Oh, hey, George. Thanks for the follow, my dude. How the fuck? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Is that the shop channel music? Do do.
I think it is, yeah.
Or does the shop channel music go? Does the shop channel music go?
It sounds like Sandstorm.
Da, da, da.
That's also shop music. One of them might be Wii, one of them might be Wii U.
One is shop, one is me channel.
Oh, okay.
I think the me channel
I think the
was the
shop
first
is
one.
the second one.
Yeah, that's the one we use. I'm gonna go pee, and then we'll do some news.
Ooh.
Excuse me? Ooh. Man is ready for bed.
Let's fucking go to bed.
It's 8:40, baby. It's prime time bedtime. Shit.
I mean, we could take a nap before the second half of the show here.
You think?
We could do it.
I don't know if a 35-second nap is going to really help.
Sometimes you just need a little fucking boost.
Motherfucker.
Phone finally charged up for some Star Wars.
Nah, fuck Star Wars.
Oh, hi, Emma. Fuck Batman.
Whoa.
That was one of the things I liked from Ready Player One. Was they're like listing all. They're like, you can go skiing down the pyramids or whatever. They're like listing all these crazy things they can do. They're like, you can go climbing Mount Everest. You're like, well, that's not that fuck with Batman. It shows Batman grapple hooking up the side of Everest.
Fuck, you would make that trip so much easier. Bruce Wayne could be a Sherpa.
Yeah, easily. He's probably climbed that himself. You'd think he's probably got a secret bat thing up there.
He's climbed an even bigger mountain, the mountain of self.
Yes, that's right. The mountain of solitude.
That's right. 14 days.
Let's talk about some news, gentlemen.
We need
Kevin's not in yet.
This is not Star Wars. What is this?
it's Marvel.
Oh,
man.
The other Star
The,
Wars.
yes, the other game that is Star Wars but with Marvel characters. No? This is different?
No, it is. I'm just disappointed in how things went.
We're all disappointed. Ghost of Tsushima has a release date.
When is
June
it?
26th. June 26th.
Fucking right in the heart of summer.
Yeah.
And all of them, everyone will be going out in their swimsuits hitting the beach.
Not
and
us.
I'll be playing Tsushima.
By then, we won't even need to 14 days self-quarantine, so...
Yeah, we're just going to be doing it because we like it. Everyone will be like, this is dope. We should often take these 14 days of isolation.
I mean, we'll probably all be dead by June.
No, let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially late June. Come on.
Yeah.
Really not. There's a story trailer that goes with it. Not really sure what gameplay is like.
We still, like, how many trailers have they shown us where we have come out of the trailer being like, I don't know what kind of game this is?
A lot. Everyone.
Like, it's out in June. It's out in months.
Yeah, it
Should
looks-
there not be like here's 15 minutes of gameplay?
You can see some gameplay. There's like no HUD or
but
anything.
I often can't tell if it's gameplay.
Yeah, it might be. It looks open world-ish. Maybe they're riding a horse around this big field. There's like some grapple hooking. It looks a lot like Sekiro actually.
Okay.
There's like stealthing. Seems to be some kind of a pairing mechanic to open up defenses, a la Sekiro.
I wonder how this game will benefit or be hurt by its proximity to Sekiro
And Jedi Fallen Order.
and Jedi Fallen Order. We don't have. This might have nothing to do with Jedi Fallen Order combat wise.
Well, if it has anything to do with Sekiro, it will, by definition, have something to do with Jedi Fallen Order.
No,
combat.
because it can be very thematically like Sekiro and not at all combat like Sekiro.
Oh, sure.
Whereas-
If we're just talking samurai, are the only like Sekiro is barely about samurai. Sekiro himself is not a samurai.
To the layman, these games are set in very similar.
They're in ancient
worlds.
Japan,
Yes.
old Japan, I
Yes.
guess. I don't think there's going to be like demons and monsters and things in Ghosts of Tsushima. I think it, but what do I know? From the trailer, I would assume it's kind of a quote real world
Sure.
story where they're talking about like the Khan. The Mongol horde seems to be invading Japan.
Do we know yet if that cool 2D fight against the sunset was gameplay or cinematic? Fuck.
We'll never know.
All I want to
We'll
know.
never know. It looks cool. The footage they showed was on a PS4 Pro, which always makes me nervous because right here at the end of the generation, where both games will probably straddle both generations, everything that works on the PS4 will probably work on the PS5. Xbox has already said it will. I get very worried that the base, as someone with a base console, I get real worried about performance here at the end of the
It's gonna be real
generation. So, we'll see.
We've already had a few.
Yes.
We played some games last year that did not run.
One of the worst offenders. Ubisoft is apparently planning a massive rework for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Remember that? That's the John Barenthal. He's got a dog. Came out of
with this
E3.
dog. Yeah.
They actually announced it today, Friday, the whatever the day is, March the 6th. They announced today that they are canceling the second raid, not postponing. They use the word canceled. Very much sounds like they. First of all, I guess the breaking news: Breakpoint apparently has raids. I didn't
know.
Nope, I had no idea. But they are canceling the second one. They're also planning an update that will reduce the game's always online requirements, which was a thing I thought we got over when Don Matcher came out and was like, "The Xbox is always online." Everyone's like, "Boo!"
Almost 10 years ago.
That can't have. When did the Xbox One come out?
8 years ago?
2013. I guess
8 years ago.
I guess that is almost 7. 7 in the fall.
Oh, you're right.
That's almost 10. It's closer to 10 than it is to 1.
Yeah.
And they're also going to add a thing that lets people deactivate the loot system. Because I guess
What?
well, so Ghost Recon Breakpoint plays like Destiny, where you are, you get an M4, but then you get a better M4 with bigger numbers, and your loot score goes up.
Yes.
Traditionally, Ghost Recon games are like Call of Duty or Battlefield. You get guns, you shoot guys. Guns are guns. It's a tactical shooter. It's not a loot grinder. So they're adding a mode called Immersive Mode, which lets you change the loot system from something like Destiny to something like traditional Ghost Recon, where you find an M4, and that M4 is just a fucking M4, and it shoots guys in the head real good, exactly as good as every other M4 in the world.
Sure. That's weird. Like
It
it's I guess it's never a bad idea to have more options on how to play a game, but boy, does it make you wonder why the hell they thought they should put in the Destiny loot system.
And like the complete 180 from there, like, do they just have no vision for this game? Where like, and we see it a few times, especially with these games that come out and do poorly, but like they just the complete willingness to be like, we'll do whatever you want. We had literally no plan. We had no vision at all for this game. You don't like the loot? Let's take the loot out. What else don't you like? You want AI companions like Wildlands? They promised in June they were going to add them. It was last June. Those are still coming because
Okay.
people want AI companions like they had in Wildlands.
This is also the game that the head guy from Ubisoft went on and like
Yves Guillemot.
trashed. Yeah.
Yes. This was the game.
It was
So
like,
this,
we fucked it.
yeah, so this game came out and he was like, Ubisoft is fucked. We are making the way we are making games is fucked.
Sure.
We got to think about this. And yes, this was totally the catalyst
Yeah.
when it's all really, really bad. But I don't know. Those AI companions are still on the way. The thought that what people want is for it to be more like Wildlands blows my fucking mind.
It's really a testament to how bad this game must have been.
Yeah.
That Wildlands then was so not bad by comparison
Man.
that they're like, well, let's go back to Wildlands.
Wildlands. That Division 2 expansion went live this week, I guess.
Yeah, that one's going to just pass me by, that
Yeah.
whole game and its
Yeah.
expansions.
I tried a little bit of Division 2. It is so fucking similar to the Division 1 that I honestly could not tell the difference. Every ability is straight out of the Division 1 in a way that I'm like, I should just go play more Division 1 because I'm like level 18 over there.
You guys got on and fell off that game so fast that
Yeah.
in the...
It's $3.
one. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
That by the time I got back from a vacation, everyone was like, no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't even booted up this $80 game yet.
Yeah, I don't know. Not the biggest fan of 3, but
No.
it sounds like that expansion is reworking a lot of things that people had issues with. This world of let's release a game that nobody likes and then try to make it good.
Sucks.
Over the next. Yeah, I'm really
I find myself more and more longing for like the Naughty Dog games and the Ghost of Tsushima, where it just seems like it's this single.
Takes a little bit to come out, like gets delayed a lot, and you're like, man, is this thing ever going to come out? But then eventually does come out and is a singular, polished vision
where they're like, you're just going to play through the thing and then you're done.
Totally.
You don't have to. You don't have to play it. You don't have to get a battle pass.
But this like, let's release. And I don't making games very hard. I don't want to shit talk anybody, but let's release what. I mean, Breakpoint felt like the most generic of like, we're gonna have the Division loot system. We're gonna have, kind of, it's vaguely Wildlands. This is the most generic live service game we can possibly make. Well, raids, we need raids because these games have raids. Do you guys like it? No? Well, don't worry. We're gonna same thing with Anthem. It's
right. Tell us what you'll give us monthly money.
Exactly. We're gonna put a game out, and then we're gonna be like, what would make you pay for it? Because that's what we'll do now.
Yes.
Like maybe we should just do that in the first place. At this point, if we want to design games by committee, we should probably just start designing games by committee.
Well, I think that's what the focus testers are trying to do.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Hey, speaking of Naughty Dog, the Last of Us show is apparently coming to HBO.
Nice segue.
Also, speaking of Naughty Dog, the Uncharted movie is apparently scheduled for January.
I like that one came out with kind of attached to this story. Yeah. That's like a Sony Productions thing with a month. Like a month release date, where all I've been hearing is like, we're on our 5th director, and it's not going to ever come out.
Tom Holland's out again.
Yeah.
Who did I just? Antonio Banderas, I think, just signed on to Uncharted.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they're like, also, this is out in January.
See in January. Craig Mazin, the creator of Chernobyl, is creating the Last of Us show. He's also working on apparently every Sony. What do they call their thing? Sony Pictures Television Studios.
Right.
He's working on the Borderlands movie. Directed by Eli Roth, the Borderlands movie, apparently.
Nailed it.
And apparently he's also working on Uncharted. And I love Chernobyl, so hell yeah.
But Uncharted is still a film, right?
Uncharted is a film, yes.
Okay.
HBO is going to be a show. Set to follow the events of the original game. So you would assume there's going to be a Joel and an Ellie. When they fuse, they make Joey.
Yeah.
Or LOL if they fuck it up. LOL, yeah.
I think that's the better of the two.
No, that's when they fuck it. That's like the fat one. Yeah. When they do the dance wrong. It's all fat.
Doesn't point his finger the right way.
And it's being co-produced by PlayStation Productions. That's what it's called.
Okay.
The division of Sony that they set up last year to make movies and things based on their properties. January. That movie's apparently Uncharted is actually going to come out. I don't know if I believe it.
Well, that was what I was getting at when you first brought this up, where it's like that. So the big story,
the real story is Uncharted's out in January.
But I just couldn't believe that they tagged on at the end this thing where I was like, that's not a movie, and then they're like, it is. It's got a fucking date.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe, I don't know how long movies take, but maybe it's just enough lead up. They're like, we'll probably get production going soon.
Did they say 2021?
They just say
the plan is for a January.
Touché, yeah, some January.
It was obviously definitely hearing that the Chernobyl guy is doing it, as someone who does not know any of his body of work other than Chernobyl, but who really, really liked Chernobyl.
It's me as well.
I'm totally it took me from being like, they're making a TV show based on The Last of Us, and I was like, oh. And then they're like, it's HBO, and I'm like, oh,
okay.
And then they're like, the Chernobyl guy's doing it, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll watch this. And then having the writer from the actual game there is good too. It's just, what
Neil the Truck Druckmann?
Is there enough story there for a show?
Is it just beat for beat the game? Like, that's a good question. Like, right. what is?
And you have to, you're going to strip, obviously you're going to have your action sequences and everything, but you're going to strip all those hours of that kind of stealthing around out of it, and just kind of get down to the cutscenes and the interactions along the way.
And I would imagine we'll see here's an episode on the leader of the Firefly and what her story is, and things we maybe didn't see in the game. Right. I might expect the thing in the mall, the Ellie, the DLC. I bet we'll see as part of that.
So it becomes, is there enough of that there? I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying they didn't write that for the game.
Yeah.
Did they write that for their lore book somewhere that they are accessing now?
Or maybe it'll be really short, maybe 4 episodes or something. Who knows? I don't know. Cautiously optimistic, I might say. Witcher, I thought was going to be a tire fire, and actually totally loved.
I love Witcher.
Castlevania, similarly, Castlevania I didn't have any opinions on, but super loved the Castlevania Netflix thing. EA Motive the folks who made. Speaking of games that come out really bad, and then what do you want us to do?
Swish.
EA Motive, the folks who made Battlefront 2, are working on something called Star Wars Project Maverick, which is probably a code name.
I don't know. Like, this all just bleeds together now. Like, EA having the only Star Wars license and all these
3
stories we're getting
games.
on canceled games where I'm just like,
This is not to be confused with EA Motive's canceled game codenamed Orca, which is also not to be confused with Amy Hennig's canceled game codenamed I can't remember from last week, but not to be confused with the third canceled game.
right.
So how many weeks until this one gets canceled?
Probably the end of Q1, which is 4 right away.
Oh yeah.
There's like no info on it. It got announced by just a Twitter bot who posts like new games to the PSN. It's like, oh, Project Maverick available now. The image shows a squad of X-wings approaching a Star Destroyer. So
Maybe it's
with
a flying game.
yeah, Project Maverick, you might think maybe a Rogue Squadron type game that people have been like. That is one of the gateway. They're like, make new Star Wars. Everybody yells Rogue Squadron, which is a fan favorite. Or maybe it's like in the cockpit. Maybe it's TIE Fighter.
Sure.
Which would be fucking dope. Oh, I'd love a new TIE Fighter.
Maybe in VR.
Okay, you're unselling me. You're unselling me. It was a PSN thing, actually, so
I feel like
that might be. You might have just hit it on the head.
for me, and like I don't want to engage in VR very much in general, but one of the things that I think plays the best in VR is being in a cockpit.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Seems like you get very, very dizzy.
absolutely. But you know who else gets dizzy? Fucking
Cockpit
TIE
pilots,
fighter
yeah.
pilots.
That's true.
right.
Yeah.
No real info other than they're working on it.
I don't want to derail this show too much.
This is the tightest on the rail show.
Yeah.
Not this episode, just in general.
Right.
So
And as we all know,
How dare you.
Star Wars is one of the things that we tend to get a little sidetracked on. But I've been hearing all this stuff about like the fiction of that third movie or that most recent movie coming
the
out.
Books
the
and all
novelization.
Like, I guess I won't say it because it's pretty new.
I guess
but
you're right. We can't. But
I did see the thing.
right,
and,
there's
like,
been a few things that have come out about that have made me like really like it's. You shouldn't compare the novel to the movie because at the end of the day, it's like, well, they put the stuff in the movie that they wanted to put in the movie, and the novel is just an opportunity to expand on that. But it's coloring everything about that movie where it's taken me from like a 5 out of 10 on that movie to like a 2 out of 10, where I'm like actively upset that all this ended in this way.
I was a 2 out of 10 out of the theater, and now I'm just a fucking 0 out of 10 because yes, I think that all that expanded tertiary stuff they're adding is fucking stupid.
Right. And
Super fucking stupid.
That's real. Like that's not the novelization is not someone's take.
No, this is canon. This is
right
from the minds who brought you Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of the Skywalker.
And like I said, I do think it's important to divide that because you could always make the case that like, well, a good director maybe saw that being bullshit and cut it. And that's a testament to the movie.
It's not like the movie is better having cut it.
No.
It's just like it makes the movie has these obvious. We'll just call them issues. We don't need to get in the weeds. I know some people like that last Star Wars. I had some issues with it, and the books try to explain some of those issues, but in the least satisfying way. In like, I can't just go look up who's Rey's parents are and learn to hate Star Wars like the rest of us.
Yeah, like, I don't want
fuck?
to. So I don't want to because I'm a little low on Star Wars right now, but I still really like the peripheral stuff that Star Wars is doing. Like the Mandalorian is fucking good, and like.
I even like episode 7 and 8. Okay, they're okay.
Sure,
I find little standalone movies. Yeah, hell yeah.
But it's we were talking about this on the Discord a little bit, where it's a little bit like Game of Thrones for me now, where it has colored a lot of like whenever I go back and watch those movies, I'll know where it leads.
Yeah,
which will kind of make me be like, I wish it didn't.
Yeah,
I wish all this wasn't leading that way.
I never want to watch Game of Thrones again because there's no payoff.
Right, and the only
similarly because of that, like I kind of don't care about 7 or 8 anymore.
And the only thing that Star Wars has going for it is that those movies are segmented in such a way where you're like, oh, I can appreciate this trilogy, and I can appreciate this trilogy, and I look at this final new trilogy as like there's a lot of promise coming out of 8, and boy, it didn't really go where I wanted it to.
Game of Thrones and Star Wars like very mishandled. Somehow these incredibly valuable IPs, which should have all the money in the world behind them, and like you would think would have every available resource to them. Whatever you need more time, whatever you need, you would think, but apparently that's not the reality. Where I don't know. We don't need to get into the weeds on Star Wars.
And again, as I mentioned,
real roller coaster throughout those last 3 movies.
Going back to another thing that I already mentioned in the Discord, it has made me appreciate the Endgame as a film.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like that whole MCU in a way.
Yeah, where it's like, okay, there might be more bullshit that happens now, but as a contained thing, I can take all that stuff up to Endgame and be like, God, they gave me a satisfying ending.
Yeah, it really came together. Like across all these different directors, 30 different movies, or whatever the fuck it was, 23 different movies, I think, minus the Hulks.
We had a question.
Yeah.
Minus the Hulks, yeah. I'm right there with you. Fucking just disappointing. Disappointing in a way. We need an episode 10. We need to bring it all. That was episode 9-2.
Ooh.
Episode 7, 8, 9, 2. What else do I have here? Frictional's next game has finally been announced. Amnesia Rebirth. The folks who brought us Amnesia and Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs.
Actually, it's a horror game.
Those are horror games. Yeah,
yes.
I don't know if they made Machine for Pigs. I think that might have been a different studio. They did
but it is
Soma.
The same story.
Yes, same franchise.
Soma is good.
Soma's fucking good. I really love Soma. Soma's like one of my faves. It looks super similar to the first 2 Amnesias. First person, there's a sanity meter, a health meter. In those first...
Sanity meter.
Yeah, and it goes down when you're in the dark. In that first game, I only played the first one. You're in a castle.
So stupid.
Because you're going insane, you know?
No,
you're seeing the Eldritch. And
I like the physical like manifestation as a HUD element of your sanity.
It's like a brain that just slowly decreases.
And the fact that being in the dark, you're just like, oh God, I'm going insane.
Oh no! You're being chased through a desert. It looks like in this one, which is kind of interesting because that first one, again, I haven't played Machine for Pigs, but the first game was like narrow hallways, dark rooms, flooded basements with invisible monsters chasing you. And this one looks like a open desert. I think you're in Algeria somewhere.
Sure.
Which seems neat. I really like that first Amnesia.
Probably don't have to play them to enjoy this.
No, I don't think so. They say it is a new story set in the same world, so there might be like some loose crossovers or something. But
little Easter eggs and stuff.
Yeah. I just love Soma so much that I'm in for whatever Frictional's.
When's that out?
I don't know. I don't know. They just announced it.
Just announced it.
Yeah. They've been working on it for a while. One of the devs came by when we were playing Soma on stream and was like, "We're working on a big secret, but I'm not going to tell you what." And I'm like, "Is it Soma 2?" And they're like, "I can tell you it's not Soma 2." And I'm like, "Oh, it's Amnesia 3, right?" Like, I have to go.
I have to leave.
Yep.
You can take the S and make it a 2.
Nailed it.
Tuoma.
A Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay trailer got out there last week. Not a lot of value in trying to recount a trailer other than it uses 5e systems, Dungeons & Dragons 5e, which is real dope if you play D&D. It's fun to see those systems in play. A lot of dice rolls where like you are like physically clicking and throwing a dice across the screen sometimes. Like it looks like they kept the D&D aspect of it very front and center.
I believe that this is the start of this year is a very bad time for me who likes to be in I like to be in the zeitgeist of games. I like to play games that people are playing and talking about. And between this and Alex, Half-Life Alex,
yeah.
There's like 2 games that I'm like, man, everyone's talking about these and I don't give a shit about either.
My next story is about Alex.
I see.
One of the reasons I bring this up is because in that trailer, it is it starts on this illithid ship. These mind flayers, they have ships that fly through space. It's called realm space. There's a whole like solar system, outer space thing in D&D. When this game comes out,
spaceships in D&D.
Yeah, there are. When this game comes out, people are going to look back on Rolling Reckless, our Dungeons & Dragons podcast. You should go listen to. Look up Rolling Reckless on iTunes. People are going to be like, "Well, Matt, just copying Baldur's Gate, just stealing." The ships are called Spelljammers. You're just stealing the Spelljammer idea. I will put to you that my campaign has had a Spelljammer in it before this trailer came out 6 weeks ago.
Yes.
Dungeons & Dragons. Look at the Rolling Reckless episode. What was the one with the fucking teleporting ship, Kevin?
That was the one that I missed.
Yeah, you were gone for this. Like episode 7 or 8. Witnesses. I don't know. I think it's episode 8 maybe. It's called Precipice. We had a fucking Spelljammer before this trailer ever came out. Fuck you. You're copying me. My lawyers will be in touch.
You should call these ships Summer Jammers.
Oh shit! Yeah, we haven't named it yet, so
okay.
I mean, yeah, well, it has a name, but we haven't defined what it is. Yeah, I beat them to the punch. All right, so stop copying my campaign, or at least credit me if you're going to copy my. Those are original works that I and the DMs Guild read on Wednesdays.
Did you see Dreams at all?
Yeah,
I think it's really fucking neat that you like make stuff, and then you just can upload it to wherever the fuck it goes.
yeah. Like I made a sword.
Just assets, yeah, like a sword.
Put my sword up there for people to use.
Right, and then when someone takes your sword and does whatever to it, fucking changes the color or anything, then it just automatically puts your name as the sword creator in the credits after your little dumb game that you made.
Yeah, it's
I think
very
that's
dope.
a really cool thing to do.
You texted me with a idea for a segment.
Yes.
What was it called?
All day I dream with Eadsy.
With Eadsy? all day I dream with Eadsy?
Yeah.
Where we just fuck around in dreams and see what people have made. I think I'm totally going to do that.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to give it like a few weeks to let people start making stuff and populate it and stuff.
That popped into my head. I think I might have ironically dreamed it. The title.
That is ironic. Dreams looks dope. Dreams looks fucking what I watched. Someone remade the first part of Fallout 4, like up to the shelter going in the nuke thing, and it looks a lot like Fallout 4 in a way that I kind of can't wrap my head around.
I wish I could get a cheaper version where I just played the levels.
Yeah, me too.
Because I'm not going to make anything in Dreams.
It is only $40, or probably like 60 here in Canada, but it is not full price, which is cool. Yeah. But Dreams is it's a. Do you know what Dreams is, Kevin?
I have no idea.
It is a PS4 game from Media Molecule, the people who made Little Big Planet, which the pitch was very much like you're going to make your own levels and the players will make the content. It is like that, but realized to the nth degree, where you were like scripting and you were coding and you were modeling and you were shading and you were doing lighting.
That's
It's
and you were doing
overwhelming.
like it is game design, but in a PlayStation 4 suite, and it seems fucking complicated, but like the stuff people are making is mind blowing. Absolutely, like racing games, first person shooters, Fallout 4, like it is fucking crazy what people are making in it.
It takes me back to, and it's like Matt said, a million times more complicated and in-depth than Little Big Planet. But I remember one of the very first days I was playing Little Big Planet. It was the first game I got with my PlayStation 3. And someone had made the intro to BioShock.
Oh, shit.
Where you like landed in the water and then swum to a lighthouse and went down
elevator
and everything, and you could like see like outlines of Big Daddies and stuff moving in the shadows and everything.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, this is incredible. I'll never make anything like this, but I love that people just have the tools to make this stuff that they're obviously super passionate about, and I'm super passionate about playing. So I might get Dreams just to play some of the weird, and some of it isn't even good, but it's like so like this is art.
Yeah,
this is
so fucking out
this
there.
is someone's grand vision, but it's so stupid.
I like you wish there was a cheaper only play things in Dreams. I wonder if they'll ever do that after the initial rush or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Man, does that thing seem wild?
Yeah.
My last story tonight, Valve says Half-Life Alyx is not the end of Valve's return to Half-Life.
Oh,
lol. I don't know. Robin Walker, she's they are a, I don't know. Valve's Robin Walker. They work at Valve. I did a poor job when I pulled this story. Please forgive me. They said, we absolutely see Half-Life Alyx as a return to this world, not the end of it. I say to you, take it with a massive fucking grain of salt, because they probably didn't see Half-Life 2 Episode 2 as the end of their Half-Life 2 thing, but then they just left it for 16 years. So,
do you think Half-Life will ever come to the Xbox?
Alyx?
Half-Life.
The original, it already
Any
is.
Half-Life game.
They already
is it actually?
Yes, Orange Box is definitely on.
Oh yeah, I guess it
Xbox,
would be. Yeah.
I don't know if the original is playable on Xbox, but certainly the source games are.
Well, it was Episode 2. No, it was Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Is that the only one in the Orange Box, or Episode 1?
I don't remember now. I think it was Episode 1. I think it was Episode 1, Portal, Team Fortress 2. Yeah. And that's something.
No, I think it was
that's
3.
It? Yeah, okay.
I remember 3 things on the box.
But I think Half-Life 2, Episode 1 and Episode 2 are all, maybe don't quote me on that, but I think all of those are playable on an Xbox or a PlayStation, I believe.
If they made a Half-Life 3 or Half-Life 2 Episode 3, do you think it would come to Xbox?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
It would come to PlayStation?
Yeah. Totally. Well, extra come to PlayStation because Death Stranding. Well, I guess it's Death Stranding on PC, but Death Stranding has a bunch of like Half-Life exclusive shit when it comes to PC. What do they call it? Head crab hats and things.
That's pretty cool. Otters. Do you think it would come to Switch?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Is Apex on Switch? Is there any other Source game on Switch?
I don't like Apex is on Switch.
Yeah,
know why I looked at Kevin.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Kevin will know this.
I don't know. It's a little funny of them to say like, oh no, we're making Half-Life again. We're back in.
I don't think you ever want to go into like your press tour going like,
this is
we're
it.
done.
Yeah.
It's a fucking miracle this even got made.
16 years. It's been 16 years since Half-Life 2 came out. That is fucking crazy.
Yeah, the expectations on this game are going to be unreasonably high in a way where it's like,
I think we're past. I think it's in VR, and B, we're like so far past that people are.
I think if it wasn't
whatever.
in VR, I feel like expectations would be unreasonably
That's
high.
why they could never make it. That's why they could never make Half-Life 3,
Right.
because it became this meme or that's what they say anyways. Maybe they just didn't have maybe it never came together. Who knows?
Right.
But podcast at talkingreckless.com is an email address where you can write your electronic M's. I have pulled a rather long one here. You can also drop these on our subreddit, r/talkingreckless. You can also try and leave voicemails on our Discord if you can figure that out. Some people do sometimes. And we will play them here on the show. Connor wrote in and said, "Hey Matt, love the show. I listened to you guys way back in high school about 7 years ago when you were the Mana Tank, and rediscovered you recently. After hearing you and Brando talk about the Ring Fit, it got me interested, so I decided to pick one up and thought you might like to hear about the struggle that was me trying to buy one. I went to my local Target, which had stacks of Ring Fits only a month prior, but found they were completely sold out now. An employee told me they had some at a Target a few blocks away, but when I got there, they were sold out as well. Went home to check online, discovered that every retailer listed on Nintendo's website is completely out of stock, and the only ones being sold on Amazon are more than double the retail price." They did eventually get one, Connor.
Hell yes. Yes, well.
Yeah, was wondering if any of the sudden Ring Fit madness is also spread up north to Canada, and if you think its popularity may result in any sort of Ring Fit spinoff, or maybe a DLC of some sort. Really enjoying the game so far. Got my parents playing every day as well. Keep up the good work, Connor.
I heard on another podcast that people were shipping their Ring Fits to areas that were heavily affected by the coronavirus so that they could exercise.
China specifically.
Let me be the first to call it Diamond Fit.
Ooh.
Where they send you a diamond instead of a ring, and you use the diamond to work out.
I like it.
And then next year you release the other version, Square Fit.
Oh,
you feeling me?
Oh, but you gotta buy a new thing.
New thing, yeah, because the Joy-Cons are like on different vertices.
I like Diamond Fit because you like have one arm on the two top ones and your feet on the two bottom ones, and you'd be like trying to stretch out like the
P90X fucking things.
This is like a life-size thing.
Well, I don't know if it's diamond, it might as well be.
Yeah.
Sure,
I don't know what else I'm gonna do with it.
I think they totally might make more games for the Ring Peripheral, the Ring Con or whatever. I hope they do. I like using that thing. I've not been playing my Ring Fit because I'm a fat lazy bastard. And after Game of the Year, I really just fucking have been running myself into the ground. It's pizza every night, buddy.
It's important to note that for all the good things we said about Ring Fit, it's still not a very fun video game.
I actually kind of like it.
I have to, and this is not to take away from it. It is an exercising game, but I had to very much self-analyze, and I'm like, I feel good about what I'm doing. I don't think this game is fun. I don't think if you had made this a game without the exercising, I would not think this game was
It's like
fun.
a little basic, simple RPG. I don't know. You're right. If I was just playing this on a controller, I would have no fucking time.
Right. Like I have a lot of like moments in that game where I'm like, this makes zero. Why wouldn't I just keep doing this one? Because there's the most damage.
Yeah.
There's the most damage. If a real video
that's
game.
Fine. That's what I do too.
Yeah, I know, but if a real game presented me with that
shaking my
option,
hips every day.
I would be like, "This is a bad video game." There's no benefit to using these other things. Whereas in Ring Fit Adventure, I know the
they're on
benefit.
cooldown.
Yeah, but you still only need like two. You need like two things to do a lot of damage.
Have you tried this one that I'm doing here in the studio?
Yes, it's good. It's a good one. It's one of the best ones.
Yeah, I actually do enjoy it quite a bit. I'm just have a fucking mental block in my brain with exercise.
There's pizzas to eat.
There's pizzas. I have 30 pizzas in 40 days.
Stock up.
No one. That's right. See virus coming. That's my isolation plan. There's big shortages. I think mostly in part because we talked so much good things about it at our Game of the Year, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, we have to get this now."
Yes.
is the Talking Reckless bump. It happens countless
There's a
products
game
throughout the
every year.
years.
Yeah.
Companies that have been made and companies that have been completely broken by the power of the Talking Reckless bump.
Tetris Effect fucking shot through the roof
That's
last
right.
year.
You're welcome.
Fireball whiskey would be nowhere without us.
That's true.
It's between you and me, kind of a bad liquor. Who the fuck would buy it if we didn't support it here?
That's
you know?
right.
Podcast at talkingreckless.com. I guess to answer the question a little bit, I have no idea how the stock here is. I'm not checking on the Ring Fits.
You are the only person I know who has it.
Is that
other
right?
than myself.
Yeah. I wonder if they're hard to find. I might take a look tonight. If I can sell my Ring Fit controller for like $300, I might think about it.
Little profit.
And just really give up on being slightly healthier.
I feel good about all the pizzas you could buy with $300.
Oh,
That'd be my 40 pizzas right there.
For the pizzas.
Done. Podcast, talkingreckless.com. Email address. Join us here on the show. If you have Westworld thoughts, we're also going to take some emails on Westworld FM. So after season 3 starts airing, if you have thoughts of your own, conspiracy theories especially, I love them, write them on into podcast at talkingreckless.com or drop them on our subreddit, r/talkingreckless. What can I tell you about? If you have a Amazon Prime account, you have a Prime sub. If you'd like to head on over to twitch.tv/talkingrecklesspodcast and use that Prime sub on my channel, I sure would appreciate it. They don't auto-renew, which is really fucking stupid. So I'm going to try to, give reminders here on the ends of the podcast, but would very much appreciate it. And if you don't use it, that's just $2.50 you're putting in Jeff Bezos' pocket. So fuck that guy. I need it way more than the
Jeff.
richest man in the world. Rolling Reckless, that's our D&D podcast, goes on Sundays, 12:30 Mountain Standard. We stream it live, or it's available in VODs or on Spotify, TuneIn, all the places. Go and listen to that. It's very good. It's like my it's my favorite thing we do. I have a fucking blast doing those Rolling Recklesses every week. Kev is raising the roof if you're listening to the audio version. Westworld FM is out in its entirety. Seasons 1 and 2 are up. They're on the main feed here. That's our Westworld Rewatch podcasts. We do a lot of podcasts. There are over 250 podcasts and streams on the Patreon as well. If you want to head over to patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast.
That's fucking a lot.
That's a lot. I just hit
think of the value.
I just hit my 1 year mark earlier in the week. So that is an average of 1.6 streams or podcasts every single day.
1.6.
Which is a lot. We really fucking head down, put a lot of shit on that Patreon. And we could very much use your support. Super tiny podcast. I bring in under $1,000 a month to live on and run this business. So we could very, very much use your support over at patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast. That's all I have to say other than thank you very much, Kevin.
Thank you, Matt.
Brandon, thank you as always.
Yes, happy to be here.
And you at home, thanks so much for listening. We'll see you here, hopefully on Sunday for some D&D, but if not, let's meet back here next week. We'll do the 310th episode of the Talking Reckless podcast. See you then. Scene.
Are we allowed to talk?
Time is it? Time enough to go get my
For silence.
COVID-19 supplies.
Hell yes.
How's everyone chat doing? Alex, Hema, Fiddle the Diddle. I think I'm gonna turn the stream off. Thanks for listening, gang. Appreciate all the support as always. Oh, him was buying stuff for a new apartment. Yeah, him was moving out.
Yay, congratulations, I think,
Hell
Hope, without
yeah.
knowing the entire situation.
He's just moving out. Just time to spread your wings and fly. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And Meat won $1,000 on fucking scratcher tickets today. I saw, which is incredible. I don't know if he's here, but if you are, congrats, you lucky,
What a lucky
son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
We'll see you tomorrow with some video games of some kind. Oh yeah, Max and I are playing Journey to Savage Planet tomorrow on co-op, and Brandon is either taking off or putting on his pants. So let's end this stream.
Always taking off.
Goodbye.